Welcome to this very middle of the night session. It's been a while. I just uploaded. Did I upload one? Yeah, I just uploaded a couple of videos. I thought I would come on and share a couple of thoughts live without having the pressures of the YouTube shorts. Also, I wanted to talk about my longer videos because those really need views. Don't get me wrong, I love doing the shorts for you guys, but the shorts, I need 3 times as much shorts than I do viewing one of my 3 or 4-minute videos. So I know you come in to, be entertained. Don't get me wrong. I use YouTube all the time for music. Music is my therapy. So, there's just certain times of the day that I go do information and I want to get it quickly. And I'm hoping that I'm keeping you informed. But if you can at least do the longer videos before the shorts, I would greatly appreciate that. But yeah, if you're wondering why I'm looking disheveled or anything like that, it's the middle of the night here in Arizona. You know, going almost, I want you to see the real me, the authentic me. Part of the reason I started this channel is because it's authentic. I'm not in a studio. I am not, wearing makeup or, we've been a little stagnant over the last couple of years. We got to 1,000 subscriber mark, and then it seemed to just go slowly. I think people got a little bored, which is normal. But what my goal for this channel is, because I really do believe that we have to have just options when doing political news or any type of news. Yeah, I know I look like a turtle head, but believe me, my turtle head looks better than the rest of my body, so I kind of do that purposely. So yeah, forgive me if I Thanks for doing the chat, by the way, so I actually can know that this is working, by the way, and I'll shout out as much as I can, whoever you guys are. And thank you for coming. Now, also, do me a favor. Tell me if you guys are members or if you're just passing through. But yeah, Andrew, I'm not Jewish at all. I'm actually, I'm supposed to be Catholic, believe it or not. What kind of food do I like? Okay. That's actually a very good question because it's a little complicated. I was born being raised on pure Italian food. I grew up with an Italian mother. She got her recipes from her grandmother. I miss my mama. I'm not gonna admit. I'm not gonna lie about that. I was a mama's boy. But because I'm originally from New York and I live in Tucson, Arizona right now. Then when my brother met his current wife, she introduced me to real authentic Mexican food. And I'm not talking like Taco Bell stuff. I'm talking the real home cooked, made with love food, I like to call it. And so once I got a taste of what real Mexican food like, I had to put it as a tie. I'm always at a Sonoran hot dog place if I can afford it. That's what I do. Yeah, I know. I'm just giving a little background on me. Friendly talk. Let's if we're going to discuss, just in the chat, let's just keep it civil, guys. Okay? Where are you guys from? Can I forgive me if you're seeing my hairline? Just trying to read the comment. Can I eat cilantro? I have to ask if I've been eating that. I don't know. I'm one of those people that if it eats good, or no, excuse me, if it tastes good, I'll eat it without questions. The only thing that I really can't eat that well anymore, no, excuse me, I've been a picky eater, is with onions. If something has onions in it, I will refute. I can't eat it. It's just look. I have if you can take pickles and onions on your hamburgers and other dishes, God bless. But I'm just one of those people that can't. But cilantro by itself, I don't think I could do that. Oh, of course. Yep, pork. I am a meat person. I was considering going vegetarian for a woman I was involved with. If I ended up with her, I probably would have been a vegetarian. Okay, so it's getting a little nasty in the messages. We're just doing a friendly hi, hello, so no need to be rude, guys. Me eating for life, yeah, I know what you mean. I really, I've got a lot of vegan friends, and they tell me that they eat that tofu meat, and I just don't know how they do it. If I'm gonna eat a burger or pork or anything like that, I just gotta, get out the barbecue and do it. No, I wasn't referring to you, Andrew. I was getting flagged messages, so it's not you. Yeah, I know. That's actually a very good point. I've gone on dates with, no, excuse me, not gone on dates. I've dated vegetarian people, and I've been very respectable to their food preferences, because obviously you don't want to be that jerk that, is eating a cow and they're being disgusted because you're eating their food and they're eating a salad or something like that. And but the key with if you're going to date a vegetarian, this is just my advice, or no, excuse me, not even advice. It's just my experience. Is you date a vegetarian that has no problem with people that eat meat and is not really like grossed out by meat. I really do appreciate you guys using the chat because for a while I was wondering if my chat wasn't working, but now I know it's working and it's teaching me how to use this better. Yeah, I'm a foodie, if I'm dating a woman, I appreciate, I just appreciate people that aren't really afraid of having a good meal. Don't get me wrong. You know, if you're a vegetarian that likes to eat vegetarian food, God bless. What are some foods that are illegal in the USA? Okay, I don't know of foods that I like that are illegal in the USA, But I can tell you one food that I know that is illegal in Arizona. So, and again, this is a Mexican dish that, oh, I might get somebody in trouble in my family. Okay. One of my brothers-in-laws or something like that down in Mexico City, they evidently make, I believe it's turtle, some type of turtle soup, literally turtle soup. And that's actually banned here, or at least up here in Arizona. I'm not quite sure if it's banned, throughout the rest of it, but you can't bring it up across the border. And I've had relatives who have gone to Mexico on vacation and have got into trouble for trying to bring back that dish. I'm actually from New York. I was born and raised in Buffalo, New York. I am a Bills fan, and yeah, the one thing I was so disappointed about. Okay, now granted, everybody has their opinions about the COVID situation, but all that money that they put into New York City to clean it up, the streets, the subways, and all that, why couldn't they just let that money stay there so that it could at least look a little better? I couldn't understand why they pulled that money because for once in 25 years, the subways and just the streets in general, they invested in some general maintenance. Yeah, New York City is a lot of fun, but don't get me wrong, it is expensive as F. No, excuse me, fuck. It's my live stream. Um, it always has been. It's not just an inflation crisis. It's one of those cities that it has so much to do and so much culture. It doesn't matter where you're from. You want to go to Broadway, you want to go catch one of a television show, and also when you're in New York City, don't drive. It is just so much easier if you take cabs, Ubers. It's much faster. If you try driving yourself in New York City, it's just my opinion. I don't know if the other person on the chat feels this way. I think you'll go insane. You're not wrong about that. Um, it's because of a high. It's really just because of income taxes and other taxes. Because I actually do taxes for a living during January and April, and so like Arizona, for example, it is the reason why we kind of now everybody says we're turning blue, but we're not totally blue. We're very tilt, which means purple. And Arizona is getting people from California who are coming here for the low cost of living. Arizona's been one of those states that has a very low cost of living rate, and even though we have income taxes, it is still relatively low. So you're a Ravens fan, huh? Well, yeah, God bless. You know, but I really do hope this year for football. It is just my fantasy that we have a Buffalo Bills Detroit Lions Super Bowl. The Detroit Lions have never been to the Super Bowl. Probably Eminem will be the main performer if that happens. And the Buffalo Bills, who have never, well, they've been, what, 4 times now and never won? But the Lions, especially. I don't know if it's going to happen, but tell me what you guys think. Yeah, anybody but the Chiefs. God bless you. Oh, and forgive me. If I talk a little funny these days, I have to wear a mouth guard because I dislocated my jaw. So this has been a 6 week talking with a lisp journey to get this put healed correctly. Pardon the pun. You know, I have to make sure I'm not talking like Joe Biden. Lions are the underdogs, especially the Chargers. I know they're the underdogs, but but I remember the Sanders day. They're always so close, and they're really so overdue just to at least get to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? If they choke there, they choke there. But I know if it was the Buffalo Bills and the Lions, my hometown Buffalo Bills would just be going nuts at that fact. So I was recently traveling. What are some of your guys' favorite places to go? So I was actually in Las Vegas, and speaking of expensive cities to go to, now that is a very very red Nevada, Las Vegas. That's traditionally a red state, and I was pretty much horrified at how much it's currently cost. But I went anyway. I went anyway. Had a lot of fun. I checked out that Michael Jackson Circus du Soleil show. If you have if you have kids, if you have a family, if you have some free time, go see that show. It is just super amazing. But yeah, speaking of expensive places to live, when I was in Nevada, now this was just in October. Me and my best friend went to go see that show. We bought 2 bottles of Aquafina water, and that's all we bought for the show. So, and we didn't buy it directly at the show. It was at another place because it was being held at a casino. 2 bottles of water cost $12. I wanted to pull out my hair right then and there. And also, like, if you want to get a good steak at one of the casinos there, at least $100 a plate. I don't know how people afford to live in Las Vegas. If you're from Las Vegas in the chat, please tell me how you afford to live there. Do you have 2, 3 jobs? Okay, so oh, what part of Texas are you from? Yeah, Vegas. That all very true facts. Very true facts. Because yeah, Rio Grande. Okay. Yeah, I've actually traveled through Texas quite a few times, and so I'm just. Are you a Cowboys fan? Oh, I'm speak. Yeah, I was a Cowboys. The reason why I was asking is because I was a Cowboys fan back when it was the Troy Aikman team, that dream team, and I wasn't always a Bills fan. Back when the Bills, yeah, I've changed teams quite a bit, but back when the Buffalo Bills were at the last Super Bowl with the Cowboys, I was actually rooting for the Cowboys. Boy, was I the family pariah. Yeah, what do you think about Aaron Rodgers being back on the injured list? I think that is the biggest waste of money. He might as well just stayed at Green Bay. $33 million. Buffalo knocks him out in the first what? The first couple of downs last year, and now he's back on the injured list. I mean, don't get me wrong. If Super Bowl, okay, no, excuse me. If you're when you're a quarterback, that is literally the one of I'm going to probably say the toughest job to have in football. But when you're getting up there in age, you have to know when to quit. Especially now when they have CTE to worry about. So I just hope that Aaron is thinking with his head, not with his checking account. A friend told me that Aaron Rodgers doesn't look like a Jets footballer. He originated to the Packers. Yeah, he's always going to be. Yeah. I really don't know why he actually agreed to the trade and just didn't retire, because he would have retired with actually pretty good stats just from his time at the Green Bay. And also, I really do think that the Jets could have done a lot better. Because I'm not trying to be ageist. It's just when uh, I think Aaron right now, when you're Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady age and experience wise, I honestly think quarterbacks, if you're going to stay in the NFL, why don't you be a coach if you want to stay in your and participate in your team? Don't put your whole body at risk but these are just ramblings of a stupid man who is going on YouTube in the middle of the night. So I don't know if any of this is logical. But speaking of stupid things that I've done for this channel, okay, part of I'm always interested in, no, excuse me, I'm not always been, I am interested in expanding the channel. And so now that I know that people are actually passing through the channel, that's part of the reason why I'm doing this live tonight. About a couple of months ago, I've reached out to a couple of celebrities, representatives, to see if they're willing to come on to talk about various topics. Doesn't have to be politics, like for I believe it was Paris Jackson, as a matter of fact. I offered with her representatives to talk specifically about like in the environment, because she's very big on her environment, and also upcoming movie projects. So that's the other reason why I wanted to do this, because I know sometimes in the chat people wonder, where the heck are you guys going with this? Well, that's the point of the channel. I want this not only to be a political only channel, but in order for it to go beyond politics, I need more interest in the other stories. But I am doing my part to get more people to expand this network, because also, just like on any news organization, because like I truly believe mainstream media is on life support. Somebody's going to pull the plug any day. It has become a totally corrupt system that, if you're going to have defense contractors, stockholders, if you ever watch that Al Pacino and Russell Crowe movie, The Insider, it perfectly explains the current modern media atmosphere. I can't think of a better way to explain what's going on. And so I do think that digital media is the answer. So, but in order to combat that legacy media, digital media has to still expand more. And having it being a part of digital media, you need a bigger audience. So right now, you know, mine's a very small network, but I do know that my work is being copied, which pisses me off. There's been about at least 4, maybe 5 instances that my work's been copied from other websites. So I do know that there's at least people watching or that's watching enough to steal my stories. Well, not my stories, my research on certain topics. But then my ultimate goal is I want to be sitting here, you know, maybe in a professional setting instead of just me using, my cell phone to film. And I also want to have, the network of resources. So if I want to be a part of the solution to the current media problem. And also, you know, I kind of think of it like this with cable media on its life support. If I was one of the people to take over, I would gladly take over MSN's entire network and, build upon that and start anew. But also, there's a couple of other things I wanted to get into tonight. So there's actually a very important project to me that I've been working on that's not this channel, believe it or not. It's actually a it's actually a book, and it's actually okay. I'm just trying to paraphrase it's my story with my father and the Veterans Affairs Administration. Basically, it's a book, uh, kind of like a self-help book turned into a biography. So I want to show because one of my personal goals is I do believe with all my heart and soul that if you are going to sign up for any branch of the military, you should retire with not only your full benefits, but benefits for like life insurance, health insurance, dental for your family. Like my town, Tucson alone, we have one of the biggest homeless veterans populations in Arizona. Veterans in wheelchairs living on the streets, and there is just no resources for that. And also, the veterans themselves do not know what resources are actually available. Oh, and also, if that's another thing I kind of do on the side. If you need help with veterans information for benefits, please write a comment in the video and I'll get in touch with you. So, my book is going to raise awareness about how even though the the Department of Veterans Affairs is slowly inching towards change, and like for example, President Biden's PACT Act bill, that's probably going to be more expensive than Social Security because it was delivered too late. And veterans, Social Security, these are all going to be not $1 billion solutions, but $1 trillion change solutions. So I do hope that once because it's not completely ready, because it's you got to do it right when it's a 25-year period. But I want to just make sure that if I'm publishing this, that people are going to read it. Sorry if I ranted, but it's a very complex issue with that book. gone quiet. Did I put you to sleep with my ranting on my book in the works? All right, guys. So I appreciate everybody who stopped in to, say hi. And also, if you are members here, thank you for being a part of Independent Conversations. And also, like I was saying in the beginning, I appreciate the fact that you guys have been watching the shorts religiously. But right now, the YouTube amount of shorts is pretty much 3 times the amount for the just one view of the long. So if you guys can just continue watching the shorts and also especially watching the longer form videos, even if you click off halfway through, that actually helps the channel. So I would appreciate, and also spread the word, you know. But also, I do appreciate that everybody who stayed on look, kept it civil, because that sometimes I do avoid live chats because they can be a little dicey depending on the topic. But you guys and gals that are here tonight were very respectable, and I very much appreciate that. So I do look forward to talking with you guys in the future. So it's getting close to 3 a.m. Gotta get back to bed. Gotta go to my real job in the morning. And so you guys have a good night, and thank you for being a part of Independent Conversations.